Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. There's some intriguing buzz swirling around the NFL right now. And it's especially exciting news for Packers fans who have been eager to see some strategic moves that could reshape our defense and bolster our chances for a deep playoff run. The latest speculation centers on Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Foyesade Oluokun, a player who has been making waves this season and is now being linked to a potential trade with Green Bay. This kind of move could be a game changer, not just for our linebacker core, but for the entire defensive outlook heading into the final stretch of the season. Now, let's dig into what makes Oluokun such an appealing target. The guy is a tackling machine, plain and simple. With over 1,000 career tackles already under his belt, he's proven time and again to be a leader on the field. This season alone, he's racked up 48 solo tackles, 48 assists, and 96 combined stops in just 12 games. That's consistency and production that any team would love to have. His ability to read plays, diagnose quickly, and make decisive tackles is what sets him apart. His PFF grade of 83. 5 against the Colts, where he tallied 10 tackles and a pass deflection, highlights his high level of play. Oluokun also excels in coverage, boasting an 83. 5% coverage win rate and a tackle EPA of -0.25, indicating he's effective in limiting yards after catch and disrupting opposing offenses. His stats include 8 tackles for loss and a forced fumble, showing he's not just a tackler but a playmaker. Of course, Oluokun's health has been a concern. He suffered an injury in Week 7, which caused him to miss some time. But even with that, his per-game tackle average is still impressive, sitting at +1. 6 tackles per game when healthy. When comparing him to other linebackers, he's shown to be better in key areas, such as tackling consistency and yardage negated on runs. He's a player who can plug gaps, cover tight ends, and blitz effectively, a true 3-down linebacker that every defense covets. Now, let's look at the strategic move that Jacksonville has made. The Jaguars, despite being 8-4 and sitting comfortably in the playoff picture, have decided to trade Oluokun to free up cap space. They're carrying a hefty $20 million cap hit, and with the addition of players like Calvin Ridley, who's making $22 million, they need to shuffle some financial cards. The trade would likely involve the Jaguars sending Oluokun to Green Bay in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. This kind of draft capital could be a smart move for the Jags, especially as they focus on building a more balanced roster, prioritizing their defensive line over veteran linebackers who, despite their talent, have been inconsistent due to injuries and other issues. For the Packers, this presents an exciting opportunity. Our linebacker core currently ranks around 70. 6% in fourth-down stops, allowing 244 first downs, not ideal, but with Oluokun, we could see a significant boost in both coverage and run-stopping ability. Oluokun's addition could immediately improve our defense's instinct, helping us get more stops and generate turnovers. Statistically, projections suggest that bringing Oluokun on board could increase our run stops by approximately 15%, lowering the number of first downs allowed from around 90 to closer to 76. 5. That's a substantial improvement, especially as we face divisional rivals like the Lions, whose dynamic rushing attack is always a threat. The Lions, with their potent running backs, averaging around 150 yards per game on the ground, could find it much harder to move the ball against a more disciplined and aggressive Packers defense featuring Oluokun. Adding Oluokun would also bring a spark to our leadership and sideline energy. His physicality and football IQ could elevate the entire unit, making our defense more aggressive and cohesive. Not to mention, his ability to cover tight ends and run with some of the league's best backs aligns perfectly with the Packers' defensive schemes. The team's current trajectory suggests a push for the playoffs, and bolstering the linebacker core with a player of Oluokun's caliber could be the final piece of the puzzle. And what about the bigger picture? The odds for the Super Bowl have shifted slightly, with teams like the Packers moving from around +600 to +500 on the betting boards, signaling growing confidence in our squad's potential. The NFC North is shaping up to be a real battleground, and the Lions remain favorites, but a move like this could give Green Bay the edge we need to secure a higher seed or even challenge for the division title. It's not just about stopping the run. Oluokun is also known for his playmaking ability, and he could be a key factor in forcing turnovers, which are often the difference in close games down the stretch. Looking ahead, the impact of this potential trade extends beyond just the immediate season. If Oluokun comes to Green Bay and performs as expected, it could set a new standard for linebacker play in Lambeau. His presence would add a veteran leader to a defense that's been trying to find its identity all year. Plus, the Packers have a history of making shrewd acquisitions mid-season, turning them into integral pieces for playoff runs. Think back to the days when players like Charles Woodson or Clay Matthews became catalysts for our Super Bowl-winning teams. Oluokun, with his skill set and leadership qualities, could be that kind of player for us now. Of course, there are always questions. Jacksonville's strategy of freeing up cap space makes sense given their roster ambitions, but how much they're willing to part with for Oluokun remains to be seen. The Packers would have to weigh the investment carefully, especially considering draft picks and salary cap implications. But if the price is right, this could be a move that defines the rest of our season. With Oluokun in the fold, our linebackers could become one of the most formidable units in the league, giving us the confidence to challenge anyone in the NFC, including the top-tier teams like the 49ers or Eagles. This potential acquisition also signals something about the Packers' mindset. They're not just here to compete, they're looking to contend seriously. Adding a player like Oluokun sends a message that Green Bay is serious about closing the gap and making a real push for another Super Bowl appearance. The team's defense has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been elusive. Bringing in a player who has proven he can anchor a defense and make game-changing plays could be exactly what the doctor ordered. And if we look at the broader NFC landscape, the division is up for grabs, and the Packers are positioning themselves to take full advantage. In the end, whether this trade goes through or not, the conversation highlights how strategic moves and smart roster management are vital in today's NFL. For us, Packers fans, it's an exciting time. We've seen teams build through the draft, through free agency, and through mid-season trades, and this kind of move could be the spark that ignites our championship aspirations. The NFL is a league where every detail matters. A single player or a key draft pick can turn the tide of a season, and Oluokun's addition might just be that turning point for Green Bay. So, keep an eye on this story, folks. The offseason is always full of surprises, and the Packers are clearly exploring ways to make our team better, smarter, and more ready to take on the best. Whether Oluokun ends up in Lambeau or stays in Jacksonville, this conversation is a testament to how hungry we are for success, and how every move counts in our quest for another Super Bowl. We're all in this together, rooting for our team, dreaming big, and hoping that these strategic decisions lead us back to the promised land. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come for Packers Nation. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Oluokun trade? Do you think it's the move we need to push us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. Remember, this isn't just about one player, it's about our team's future, our hopes for another Super Bowl run, and staying true to the Packers' legacy of resilience and greatness. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news, because the road to the postseason is heating up, and every game, every move counts. Let's go, Pack!